Extraction stations.
All right, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 of BONKZ versus NOCAP. We're down in the losers bracket. These two teams right now playing for the right to go challenge KSC, who just fell into the losers bracket, having dropped that match to that series of games to LSR. Let's have a look at the BONKZ lineup. Zath, what do we got cooking here at the top end of Shatter?
Well, for Shatter, BONKZ at the north spawn is bringing with them a Kremlin. I love the name. Standard kind of a tech tanky build. And then we've got Schlieffen. Both teams, I think, heard that idea of how Leo is banned and not Schlieffen. And we're like, yeah, let's bring Schlieffen.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Now, meanwhile, we've got Chukwama's Des Moines in a unique upgrade setup. And we have a smoke and unique upgrade gearing. Heading out that way too. That's Todd. Kleber going straight at the B cap. A unique upgrade as well for the extra sneaky. Behind him is a Wooster that is, interestingly enough, a reload build. Like all the DACA. Interesting.
Reload and outnumbered.
Yeah. I see that. It's interesting. We covered yesterday a Wooster Game SCCC player saying that that's a unique upgrade, the extra consumable, and the reload of that consumable comes in very handy with that upgrade.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Continuing the lineup, we've got our unique upgrade Mosfa, a gun spec Brizzy heading towards the C cap, and finally a Torp legendary or unique upgrade smoke gearing of their own on the other side of the flank as well. Ooh, that was a lot to discuss. What do we got from NOCAP to the south?
What's going on here? Well, NOCAP fielding a Schlieffen of their own. Let me find him here. Here it is. Strong Soviet bias, chugging up the 6 line. Pretty heavy secondary build. Even the secondaries in slot 6 as they're radaring Optical's Kleber, but they don't really have shots on him, Zath. I mean,
well, they have secondaries on him.
Strong is trying to get the reset, but not coming up with anything. Their other battleship over here headed towards the western flank at A is Pitbull's St. Vincent. A little bit of a standardish kind of build there. Some fire prevention, some stealth, a little bit of brisk action in there. He's flanked by Lothair's legendary Des Moines with Outnumbered, and Fubar's Gearing, running a relatively standard build there with Torpedo Reload in 6 and Fancy Upgrade in slot 5. Julio's Z42 pushing very aggressively up the 4 line into this gap in between A and B. He's running primarily a gun build, not surprising there. Flanked to his starboard side by Waka Flocka's Des Moines, again a legendary and engine one there with top grade gunner and concealment. And Mr. Bean Stalingrad also lurking in this same channel with range and accuracy there to go with super heavy AP and the extra heals and such. Way out on the right flank for NOCAP, we have a gun spec Brisbane, that's nearest airport, literally married at the hip right now to Big Cat's Gearing, which is a full torpedo build with a little bit of extra smoke. Is not running Superintendent, so he only has it's 3 charges, right? Yep, 3 charges of the smoke there to get things going.
I gotta say, I like the initial just spam all the torps into C. Maybe it will get lucky. Did not happen.
Yep, did not happen. We're up to about a 50-point lead here for BONKZ. That Kleber dive into B paying dividends for them. Have to wonder is that Merkus Schlieffen's Hydro's running, so
we have a
although those
Schlieffen stare down.
Don't have the ranks. Yep, those torpedoes don't look like they have the legs to hit him in that gap anyway. Both Schlieffens well spotted though, hydroing each other here.
And coming off of that, Admiral Tester, I believe, is also within range of strong Soviet bias Hydro. Nope, he's actually not.
I gotta say, Fratstar in a gun duel with a Schlieffen. The Schlieffen secondaries alone might chew him up. He has to be a little cautious there, I would think.
Well, you say that.
Oh my goodness!
He gets backed up
Backing
too far.
Up a little too far, getting dunked by what has to have been the St. Vincent.
Yes.
Plenty of island for the St. Vincent to loop those shells over, taking advantage of it.
And more shells from strong Soviet bias up the butt.
Hammered again by the Schlieffen, although Soviet bias also taking some good damage of it on his own.
Yeah.
NOCAP is spotted. Wooster radar popping and picking him out there.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious where Fratstar is. He's trying to obviously lob shells over that part of the island to hit strong Soviet bias, but with him being more of a reload Wooster, wonder if he's going to start running into problems, because if he's ranged, he could go farther away and arc the shells higher over the island that Strunk is next to.
Well, he's able to get them over. He just needs to be able to do it from a position where he's not spotted, and that was the struggle he was having earlier, was that he was spotted. Everyone could see him, and of course the St. Vincent made him pay for it.
Right.
Stalingrad salvo looking for Chukwuama's Des Moines, but coming up empty. Torpedoes going by Chukwuama, but prompts him to pop his radar as he catches Fubar's gearing over there on the 1 line. Todd takes a torpedo in his gearing right in the stern. But for all that, we're already ticking up 2 caps for BONKZ here, although Chukwuama just got hammered by somebody.
I think that was
St. Vincent. Punch him in the face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Pitbull again. So Chukwuama's probably going to go down here, which is interesting. He's a bit of a cruiser prodigy, so to see him go down this early, unusual.
He's not down. He's not down yet.
That is true.
NOCAP needs to secure this kill if they want these points, and so far they haven't done it.
Okay, there you go.
Now they've done it. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch.
Right. Pitbull says, keep healing. I'm reloading.
Fratstar spotted again. The St. Vincent actually splitting his fire right there. Dunking Fratstar yet again.
Wow.
Frat taking another, at least 1 Citadel there and probably a full pin to go with it. So early on, Pitbull's St. Vincent just mauling these BONKZ cruisers here. What just happened, Zath?
Ram. That's what just happened.
Why would you... What? I am confused. Why would you trade battleships this early like that? That makes no sense to me.
I don't think that was the plan. I think the plan was to trap the Schlieffen down while Fratstar continues to hammer, but then Fratstar got hammered, had to back off, and that forced the Schlieffen, who's already in progress down the channel, to then be in a 1v1 against the other Schlieffen. And of course,
who basically just said, screw it. If I'm going, you're going with me.
Well, the thing is, if you're a strong Soviet bias, you're already low. You might as well go for the Ram, because you take out a full health Schlieffen in the process. And if you are BONKZ, Merca, FK, you're looking at it from a situation of, if I screw up this drive-by and give up my ship for free, I've just screwed over my team. So it's kind of a situation where you just got to take the Ram.
Yep. Well, with all that drama down, it seems pretty obvious now NOCAP's going to be able to roll into the A-cap. Fubar and Lothair headed that way now, while Pitbull continues to pursue kind of up the 2 line. Well, still on the 1 line here, over on the extreme western flank.
Fratstar's at 340.
Oh my God, Fratstar got dunked again.
Yep. He's healing. He's getting better.
Yeah, better. Yeesh. Now, what's interesting to me, Zath, as I look at NOCAP's kind of board position and overall strategy, they seem pretty fine giving up the C-cap. Like, they just don't care. Their focus has been very clearly, let's grab A and B and hold them, and then we win. And they have pretty good control of B. They'll pick up A here in a moment, and then I think they're going to be in the driver's seat of this game, despite the fact that BONKZ, for the moment, has about an 80-point lead with 8.5 minutes gone.
Well, the thing is that Gearing-Brizzy combo is so good against ships that are advancing, so they're just going to throw them out there. They're going to go for the Lucky Torp. They're going to maybe hit something, maybe not, whatever. Speaking of hitting something, Obstacle barely dodges that torpedo. See, and you know, as long as you're able to win the other flank, you don't care.
Yeah, you pretty much don't. The goal being, look, just keep them, hold them in position, hold them where they are. And that's the thing, right? This Gearing-Brisbane combo of BONKZ over here on the 10 line pretty much has nothing else to shoot at outside of NOCAP's Gearing-Brisbane combo.
Right.
Because now that strong Soviet bias is down, there's just nothing else.
Exactly. So those two have, you know, all the time in the world. And don't forget, nearest airport's Brizzy has a super heal, as does UU's Brizzy, right?
Of course.
It comes down to really lucky torpedo hits, or if we go into guns or something, well, okay, cool. I'll just hit my fancy, heal, and we'll continue this dance.
Nearing the halfway mark of the match as NOCAP is close to drawing even here. Mr. Bean's radar going up. They want a little bit of information. They wanted to know where the Kleber was, and now they know.
Big Cat
and they can spot... Go ahead.
Nope. He just barely dodges a torp that was meant for the Brizzy. That could have been catastrophic.
They can also spot Fratstar back there, but they don't have shots on Fratstar from this angle right now.
Yeah, that will hold him in place, though.
Looks like the plan now is to try and farm out the Moskva. He's on double fires as Julio and Lothair continuing to just pump shells at him. He's gone dark now, broken contact behind an island.
Of note, Kermit has decided to turn back south again with the Kremlin, and the gearing, as well as Todd Howard's, going back towards the flank, ensuring that they are not being chased anymore. And if Pitbull is detected right here, this could be problematic for the St. Vincent.
Well, yeah, but the problem is St. Vincent's detection is what? 11 something?
Yeah.
It's very low.
Right.
So right now there are no BONKZ assets able to detect Pitbull. That may change in a minute. I mean, Kermit's plugging away south, but for the moment, Pitbull's okay.
The important thing is Kermit is detected, so
yes,
Flocka Flocka, Lothair, know to watch out.
Yep. Fubar's got eyes on him. They can see that he's turned around after his big, long retreat to the north. We have had a lead change. It's now about a 20-point lead and growing here for NOCAP. 20-point-ish.
Flocka Flocka's radar goes up, catches Fratstar once again, says, "Stop right there, criminal."
Well, and Fratstar answers with one of his own, spotting Julio and Waka in return.
That's right. Kermit does take a torpedo.
Well, one right in the bow. Pitbull's St. Vincent still unspotted back here, able to fire over this island directly down onto Kermit. Kremlin tries to dunk Waka Flocka's Des Moines, but comes up empty there.
That does
Fratstar's...
Sorry, go ahead.
Let's say Fratstar burned his last heal. He's now looking at... He's bound to... That health he has is all he has left. Fubar... Ooh, a convenient gap there for Fubar and the torpedoes.
Yeah. These NOCAP cruisers, though, have to be very careful because they could very easily be pushed into a kill zone in B.
Yeah, NOCAP is a bit surrounded now, Zath. You can see BONKZ has kind of got this little... They've now wrapped the B cap. The Kleber, that's optical, has run all the way around and is now on the opposite side of this island from being Stalingrad, going to reverse in and at least try to pick this cap up, or if nothing else, deny those points to NOCAP. The Gearing Brisbane duel continues over here in the southeastern corner of the map. And Fubar and Todd Howard in a bit of a duel. Fubar getting hammered right there. If they lose Fubar here, that's terrible, and they do.
They trade, actually.
All right. So from a BONKZ, from a NOCAP perspective, the trade is acceptable.
And why do you say that, sir?
Well, but they were already up a ship.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't know if you had some big strategery.
No. Well, I mean, think about it. Look. What you don't want to do is die and leave the opposing gearing at your back.
Absolutely.
If you're going to die, at least take him with you, and they managed to pull that off. Pitbull with an AP salvo downrange on Tester's Moskva. Not as good as it could have been.
Yep.
Some more torpedoes.
A hit again.
Yep. More torpedoes going into Kremlin here.
Waka Flocka takes a torpedo as well.
Optical does pick up the B cap, and so literally with 3 radar cruisers on top of B, BONKZ just steals it away.
The Gearing Brizzy dance is still continuing way down to the south. Bit of a sideshow at this point.
It kind of is until one of these ships dies, and then once one of them dies, it becomes a big problem.
I wonder if they're going to full send Julio El Guapo after the Kremlin.
You almost have to think it's not a terrible idea. He's kind of caught here. He's got the Kremlin broadside in front of him. I'm surprised he didn't swap to the AP. There it is. Kremlin takes a blind shot, but Julio dodges it nicely.
Tester is getting farmed out now. DCP's up in 8 seconds. He's on his last heal.
Tester very low. Fratstar on a thread back there. A St. Vincent salvo going in on Fratstar. Nope, overshot him.
Just misses.
Kermit does take a torpedo on the stern as he's getting pushed by the St. Vincent now.
And that's the right play for Pitbull. Just get the Kremlin out of here.
5 minutes to play here. It's only a 40-point game. Optical's Kleber in the B cap. They pushed Bean Stalingrad back. They're not going to get some shots into Optical. Try to push him back. NOCAP trying to hold on for a win here that they barely have a 30-point lead in.
Right.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Ratstar now doing what he wants the Wooster for. Shooting over the island at Pitbull's St. Vincent. Waka takes another big hit.
Finally able to make this happen. They do grab the Kremlin. That pads the lead for NOCAP. They needed that kill. Now the Gearing Brisbane chase in the southeast corner seems to have ended. Those two ships headed straight for the middle of the board.
Makes perfect sense. You got to do something. Waka Flocka took another torpedo. His DCP is down. His heel's running right now. But even if they get him, I don't necessarily
If they get him,
know.
it won't flip the score back.
Yeah.
That kill just makes up for the loss of the battleship.
Exactly.
They can spot Walker right now. I was about to say they can't spot him, but yeah, they can.
He's indeed lit.
Optical's going to take some pain for this, but they need those spots. They need to be able to salvage him. They're bringing Julio's smoke in to try to salvage what little bit of Waka's health they can.
Right. Optical also needs to be stepping on the B cap to prevent the point gain from
He is.
for NOCAP.
At the moment, he is. Waka down to 2,700 HP.
His DCP
Under
is
4
available.
minutes now.
The enemy is about to win.
1,700 now. More shells falling. The smoke going up. Waka, not enough.
About to win.
But the Brisbane's trade, or something, what just happened?
The Brisbane and Des Moines hits, yeah.
At the same moment that Waka died,
The enemy is about to win.
one of the Brisbanes, okay, I see NOCAP's Brisbane got the other one. Okay, so again,
Yes.
no change.
Well, NOCAP's
3 minutes
Brizzy
to
is still
play.
alive. He's down there once again. you
Yes.
know, with the gearing.
Yep.
The enemy is
Finally,
about to win.
Fratstar goes down.
There goes Fratstar. That should seal this deal. I just don't see how BONKZ gets back into this game. They shouldn't have the health.
Right.
I mean, it's 241,000 HP to 28,000. So NOCAP looks solid here for a Game 2 win, Zath. I think we're going to get Game 3 in just a moment.
Absolutely. Which we always love to see.
Everybody loves
back
Game 3.
into torp.
I mean,
Whatever.
doesn't change anything, but there it is.
It was just fun to watch. I don't know.
Well played to NOCAP. A solid AB strategy on Shatter works. They hold out and win Game 2.
Yeah, I'm curious to see in that replay render all the moments leading up to that Schlieffen ram. I think that ended up being a crucial part of this game. Well done on both Schlieffen players not giving up their ship for free.
Action stations.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, pivotal Game 3 of this losers bracket. Whoever wins this match gets to go
You there, Zath?
on and fight into the next one. Yes, sir. I was DMing and forgot to unmute my mic. So let's try that again, shall we? Welcome to Game 3, BONKZ versus NOCAP loser bracket. Whoever wins gets to fight against KSC for the honor of facing ELSR in the grand finals. So what do we have for BONKZ, Mr. Sea Raptor?
Here in the green on the north end of North, BONKZ spawning in with Kermit's Kremlin. Pretty much the same build we saw last round, running brisk there. Murka switching over to a Vermont this game. Very similar build to his Kremlin compatriot. Accompanying Murka off to the the west side of the map is Hughes Brisbane. A gun build there. RPF going with it. Obi-Wan Kenobi's gearing a heavy torpedo build like we've been seeing. Torpedo reload with both the smoke and the engine boost upgrades. Battleship Nagato's daring, making a play here for mid and a fairly typical gun build. A little bit of RPF to go with him. Fratstar's Des Moines going to back him up on the north side of the island here in about E6. Range Des Moines with outnumbered and RPF on that particular ship. Going with Kermit over to the eastern flank, we have Chukwama's Salem reload and RPF. Nothing terribly shocking there. Admiral Tester and a standard build unique upgrade Moskva, and Todd Howard's Shimakaze. Full torpedo reload here, complete with unique upgrades. Zath, check on Howard's for me. Let me know what range torpedoes he's picked here for his Shima.
Oh, he's got 20-kilometer torps. I already looked at that. And
All right. Running the noob tubes. What about NOCAP? What are they cooking at the bottom of the map?
Okay, first of all, I just have to mention this. Take a look at the smoke expiring there. What an interesting, daring play by Julio El Guapo to make BONKZ think that there might be a cruiser south of B right now. I love it.
Well, we've seen them do that to get a Stalingrad into this position previously.
Yes, we have, exactly. So Julio in the daring in the middle there. They're gonna have a little bit of a daring slap fight with Fratstar there to try to ruin all the fun. And then over on the A side, we've got Nearest Airport's Brizzy in your same build as before, and then also Smoke Torpedo Spec Gearing. Vermont Pitbull in Vermont this time, so also changing battleships to shoot at Murica's Vermont. Look at Fubar's Harugumo at sea. He is Smoke Spec-ish and range, and barely dodges the torpedoes there. What are we missing? Mr. Bean's Moskva with unique upgrade. We've got Lothair Salem moving out to the 910 line with a reload build. Strong Soviet Bias in the Kremlin reload build. And Waka Flocka in the Des Moines unique upgrade. I think I covered them all.
You did. You hit everybody there.
Oof, good.
Quick look at early deployments. Of course, the Harugumo making a play for C that, well, he's going to get that basically uncontested. So in a moment, NOCAP will be slowly working out to a lead. The Darings just caught a sight of each other across the B cap there. Both of them have RPF, I believe, so it's not like it would have been a huge shock. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
They literally even traded the exact same amount of health, Zath. Look at that.
I love it. You almost wonder what was Fratstar doing then, because he could have been there, but it looked like he's backing up.
I'm not sure. His bow guns probably could have gotten involved in that fight, but didn't for whatever reason. Julio staggering his torpedo launches, is throwing a single rack up towards battleship. But both Darings running their hydro, nothing's going to come of that. The ACAP's looking very familiar, Zath. Feels like we saw this song and dance last game on Shatter, doesn't it?
I think we've seen the song and dance all King of the Sea over at
as long as Brisbane isn't on the ban list, we've been singing a lot of this song and dance. That's true.
Right. The only difference was the ELSR KSC game. That's really the only one where that song and dance ended up with just a, slaughter. But in any case.
Mr. Bean's Moskva radar going up over here at sea, picking up Todd Howard's Shimakaze. They sort of suspected he was there. I mean, Fubar had those torpedoes go by earlier, so they knew. Now, Mr. Bean has a whole bunch of these Shima torpedoes coming in, and he's just sitting here. They've been spotted now. He's going to move up just a smidge and dodge them all handily.
Wow. Torpedo RNG for the lose there.
Well, some of that and some of that is the spotting penalty of the Shimakaze torpedoes. They're very, very easy to spot.
Absolutely.
The 20-kilometer ones, I should say. Excuse me. 5 minutes gone, 50-point lead here for NOCAP, ticking up the C cap as expected. A is stalemate. That's a very different way to play this map from what we've seen a lot of how North games have gone. Yeah. Nearest Airport's probably going to take one of these torpedoes over here. No, they ran out of range. Wow.
Both teams very much respecting the Brisbane gearing combo.
Well, they both know the power of the torpedoes. I mean, just look at the waves of torpedoes just going out in both of these against both sides of the cap there. Crazy.
LB1 barely dodges the extreme edge of that torpedo spread.
So unlike the earlier game on North, most of the action here going to focus up over the 9-10 line. Oh, Waka getting dunked there.
Yeah, I saw that.
That has to have been Kermit.
Oh, yeah. The problem is, he's got to reload. So...
Well, he's going to be able to... Kermit's going to be able to get... I mean, Waka's going to be able to get away from Kermit shells. What he can't get away from necessarily are the Vermont salvos that are coming in, or the HE shells that are continuing to fall on him, and he does not.
No.
They brought Fubar
tried to help.
Too late.
Yep.
Tried to help, but not quite arriving in time. Catching Todd Howard's out here. Fubar putting some damage into him, like, well, you killed my teammate. You kept him spotted. Now you're going to pay for it.
You dirty rat. You killed my teammate.
You dirty rat. You killed my teammate. See?
Problem is, there it is. Todd's now dark.
Yeah, he didn't fire, so all he had to do was chill.
Oh.
Look at these cross map Vermont shells, Zath.
I saw those in-flight meal on those shells.
I was just fixing to say, where's the in-flight meal? Now, one of the bad thing about losing the Des Moines here, amongst the fact that, aside from the fact the points you're giving up, of course, is that Lothair's now caught on a 2v1 duel that he's going to be able to sustain for a little while because of the Salem heal, but eventually, I have to believe he's going to end up on the wrong end of that.
Well, meanwhile, look at A. Julio El Guapo rotates to A to try to make a decisive play. Obi-Wan is also there, and
Yeah.
you use Brizzy, catches him out on radar. Now, that also should signal to Battleship Nagata, who unfortunately isn't in a position to do too much other than move forward. He can just walk in B.
Yeah, but he can't take advantage of it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing he can do. Cannoli's still lit. Surprised they haven't reset him again.
Reset's coming right now.
There's the reset. Julio, I think, is going to reverse back in, settle up onto the cap, smoke, and try to finish picking it up.
Yeah, but those torpedoes prevent him. He has to wait just to... Okay, now
yes, he has
back
to
up.
wait just an extra second now. Yep. Think they're going to spot each other again. I bet they do.
Mm-hmm.
Lothair's Salem continuing to win his duel with Admiral Tester's Moskva on the strength of that crazy Salem heal.
Yeah, and Fubar's helping out now, too.
Yep, Kremlin was trying to pitch in with some shells there. Nothing coming up. So it's almost 100-point lead for NOCAP here. 8.5 minutes in. BONKZ is about to lose their first ship. I cannot imagine a world where Tester survives this. And no, there's no way.
Nope. On top of that, now, if you're Fubar, do you just keep shooting Chukwama? Because you know that they're all shooting at his friend Lothair. He's going to try to get... Permit.
Julio puts enough pressure on Obi-Wan that he forces Obi-Wan to burn a smoke in self-defense. That's going to free Julio up to finish this cap, I think.
Yep, and as predicted, Nagato just walks right into the B cap with his daring.
He finally got there. Not surprised. We sort of predicted that, but I mean, NOCAP had to know that was going to happen when they brought Julio over. Like,
okay,
they're not stupid.
Look at Mr. Bean's Mosfet. This is a very tenuous position.
I'm not sure why you would take this position with a Des Moines on your port side that you knew was there.
Mm-hmm.
He can absolutely out AP you all day long.
Well,
in fact, the Vermont shells are coming in now. Oh, why would you do this, Mr. Bean? What is happening right now?
At this point, time for a ram. And Mr. Bean's a bit of a cruiser player as well, so I'm really surprised to see this.
He's not. I was going to say he's not going to survive to a ram, but yeah, I don't understand why he felt the need to do that. He was perfectly positioned, snuggled up over here on the opposite side of the cap. Well, Kremlin staring contest continues. Rugamo has provided some cover for Lothair, spotting for him as well. After all the effort to get the A cap, they finally manage it, only to lose C.
Yeah, that loss may be catastrophic for that side of the map.
It's possible. We'll see. We're a little past the halfway mark now. It's a 140-point lead and shrinking for NOCAP. BONKZ holding the cap advantage right now, and holding the ship advantage as well.
Yeah, we got the Kremlin standoff. Lothair now having a smoke train from Fubar's Harugamo. Gonna give him some flexibility. He can move forward if he wants to. I don't know if he wants to, though. That's the hard thing.
Yeah, Soviet bias there took a salvo at Chukwama's Salem, hoping to impact that fight. Wasn't able to land anything. Came up empty. So now Julio, having secured A, leaving the Gearing Brisbane to defend it, rotating back towards B, as Battleship Nagato's Daring is arriving at C. I'm not sure why. Why do you think they brought Nagato over here, Zath?
The only thing I could think of is to try to counter Fubar's Harugamo. It's the only thing I could think of. Or maybe single fire torp Tsushima, but...
Ooh, what happened to Obi? He took a torp. Obi's gearing takes a torp way over on the 2 line. That's going to leave a mark.
Look at the Vermont. Look at Pitbull.
Is he going to try for this cap?
He's just sending in. Full send right now.
I mean, who's going to stop him? Frat Star?
Well, Frat Star's about to radar, and as soon as that happens, think he'll get a little
They're
bit
gonna
of a
know.
ground alert.
They're gonna know where the Vermont is. But I mean,
Yeah.
even if there's the radar. It's like, okay, congratulations. You know where I am. What are you gonna do about it?
Julio Guapo gets detected, though, unfortunately, in the process.
Now there's some cross-map shells coming in for Lothair from the Vermont. Lothair's in a bit of a pickle here. I don't know why he moved up this far.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
There it was.
Yep.
Vermont finally picks him off. He's been trying for a while. Lands it.
Yep, 31 and change kilometer shot there.
That puts BONKZ back in the lead. It's an 18-point lead for them as Pitbull is sitting on the B cap, denying them those points.
Yeah, I made that comment about that smoke giving the Salem the opportunity, Lothair, to do what he wanted to do.
Yeah, but
I don't know what...
Is Fubar trying for a suicide run? He is.
Yep.
He's trying to take out Kermit.
You might as well.
Just selling the farm here as the Daring has come back. One rack in.
I don't think he's gonna get the reload off. No, he doesn't have the reload available.
And he's not.
Nope, he gets it.
He gets it. Is it enough?
Yes, it is.
Harugamo trades for the Kremlin. Wow, what a hero play. I didn't think he was going to get it.
He
must have snuck it in at the last second.
Yeah. Wow.
That was one of those changes they made to the game a number of years ago. There were times where, as a destroyer, you were about to die, you would push the button, you would hear the confirmation the torpedoes had launched, but they would never appear.
Right.
And so they finally fixed what felt like a bug. And now, what is strong Soviet bias doing, Zath? He has to know the Shima's right here.
Letting the same thing happen to him. I mean,
oh no!
I just
both Kremlins going out. Oh, that has to feel terrible.
I mean, yeah.
And so now BONKZ has 2 destroyers basically on 1,000 health apiece. NOCAP's gonna pick up B. Fratstar's radar is down. You know what I think they did, Zath? I think they pushed Pitbull into that cap to bait out the radar from Fratstar.
Yep.
So then they could pick up B.
Well, it seems to have worked, and in addition, it's also forced a bit of a rotation on the side of BONKZ too.
Has indeed. They're sending. I think Pitbull's going to C, Zath.
Looks like it.
Well, they're down now 3 ships. It's 7-4. But NOCAP holds a cap advantage, down 150 points, 5 minutes to play.
Fratstar's ready as a radar is available again. He's got his Hydra going. He sees the the single fire torch from the Daring. We're about to see a Brizzy on Brizzy duel here. North of A cap.
Yep.
Battle ends in 5
Spotting each other now. Nearest airport in U. Airport had AP in the barrel.
I think the bigger issue is the fact that there's a Vermont for BONKZ that can help.
Where are his guns looking? Oh, here they come.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we're about to find out. Gap is narrowing in terms of points. Soon it'll be only a 100-point lead here for BONKZ with about 4 minutes to play or so. Battleship Nagato's Daring pushing in. He's lit because Big Cat outspots him. Now Big Cat, there's the radar from Fratstar.
We took a torpedo, by the way, just now from the gearing.
Yep, Frat took a gearing torp just there. Now as the Vermont steps onto C, Battleship Nagato's Daring onto B. Julio needs to get moving here. He may take one of these.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh no! Is he gonna make it? Whoa!
Oof.
He does. Barely.
Yeah, skin of his teeth.
Pitbull's taking some Shimakaze torps. All the Shimakaze torps. And a Vermont salvo. Wow.
So much for going to C.
So much for going to C. Todd Howards wraps the island, predicts him correctly, puts the torpedoes in. America seals the deal, and this should be over now.
Oh, yeah.
You're down to 2 destroyers and a Brisbane. Like, you hold A, but you'll never get back in any other cap now. Wow.
I mean, wow, indeed. 3 really questionable decisions by NOCAP is I think, really what did it for this
Yeah, there's some definitely a lot to talk about here. This is one of those ones that I wish you had the replay of with the guys in the room that could explain the thought process.
Oh, yeah, I've already written this one down as a deep dive. I'm going to reach out to those guys. I was just trying to talk to ELSR and KSC about their game 3 on loop to do that. But this is a really good one to do that as well for. So
yeah,
I'll see if I can make that happen.
I mean, it made sense. I sort of understood trading Fubar's Harugamo for the Kremlin, and he made that work. But then what I didn't understand is, why did Soviet bias move up so quickly? It's possible that they lost track of the Shimakaze.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they knew precisely where he was. They may have suspected, but not known. And that's all I can think of there.
So in my opinion, that is the least of the 3, question, concern, whatever. The other 2 is the cruisers, right? Lothaire's Salem.
Why did he move up again?
Why did he move up again and allow himself to get shot at by the Vermont, who, by the way, has been shooting at him like the whole game?
Yeah, like that's been happening for a while.
And then the other question is, at Stalingrad, Mr. Bean, or was it Moscow, right? Yeah, like, just went full send.
Where was this again? Remind me. In the cap. Yeah, he crossed over the sea cap.
Yep.
Yeah, there was no. I just never understood the need for that. Yeah.
So, regardless,
all clean up here. We're just a few seconds here. BONKZ is going to claim this series 2-1. They're going to get to go on and play KSC in the losers bracket final. Now, one other thing that does solidify is we now know the 3 teams from North America that will be participating in the international bracket. It is 3, isn't it, Zath?
I believe so, Raptor. But we can check with the booth and make sure that we're right.
we'll let the analysts talk about that. But I believe it is 3, which means it should be now ELSR, BONKZ, and KSC. So we'll let the boys back in the studio tackle this one for a bit. Y'all have fun.
I'm getting some real deja vu here.